Welcome to Tech Blueprint, a window that lets you know the latest technology news in their world. Recently, a speech by Morris Chang, founder of chip giant TSMC, has caused a strong response in China. He said, "The core technologies in the current chip field are all in the hands of TSMC. If it chooses to stop supplying chips to mainland China, China's chip technology development will be in trouble and cannot make continuous progress. It is undeniable that the research and development of China's chip industry has always been a strangled E in the past. Recently, after Trump took office, the US blockade and suppression of Chinese technology has become more stringent. In response to this situation, Morris Chang even agreed that the United States should restrict the export of chips from mainland China. Does this mean that the Wassenaar arrangement will rise again? However, this time, the United States and TSMC may be disappointed. The Wassenaar arrangement is back. Chips, such an inconspicuous gadget, have long become a key factor affecting the world's situation. It is not only an important support for promoting scientific and technological progress, but also directly related to national security, economic development, and even closely related to everyone's life. Think back, which of your mobile phones or computers can you live without? The chip war between China and the United States has long gone beyond the scope of simple commercial competition and has been elevated to a contest about the future direction of science and technology. So how was this so-called war provoked? In the final analysis, it is because our Chinese chips are developing too rapidly that Americans feel a little uneasy. Because they are worried that their leading position in the field of science and technology will soon be lost, the United States may use its usual means, technological blockade, in an attempt to cut off the upward momentum of China's chip industry. The Wassenaar agreement that seemed to be making a comeback at the time has resurfaced. The so-called Wassenaar agreement is a mechanism for restricting exports led by the United States. As the imaginary enemy of the United States, China's rise has naturally been suppressed by the United States, and chip restrictions are just one of the commonly used means of the United States. The ban in 2019 caused considerable trouble to Huawei because Huawei lost its source of chip supply. This impact not only brought pain to Huawei, but also reflected a pain point in the development of China's technology industry. In fact, Huawei is far more than just a well-known mobile phone brand. It is also a world-leading technology giant with an unquestionable dominant position in the field of communications. The big screen that appeared at the Russian World Cup is likely to be inextricably linked to Huawei. However, the US government's ruthless decision has put Huawei in an unprecedented dilemma. The US's punishment of Huawei is not limited to prohibiting Huawei from using their advanced technology and software when manufacturing chips abroad. More seriously, they directly cut off Huawei's connection with suppliers around the world. This means that Huawei may no longer be able to purchase chips or storage devices made with US technology in the future, and may even face the embarrassing situation of a no chips available. In this farce, Morris Chang's speech did show a certain confidence. At present, the delicate technology of chip manufacturing has been monopolized by a few companies and regions. Take Taiwan's TSMC as an example. It is the leader in the global chip manufacturing field, and the most advanced chip manufacturing processes are all in its hands. According to statistics, since the previous 2 years, global chip production capacity has changed from a shortage of supply to an oversupply situation. However, the capacity utilization rate of high-end chip manufacturing processes is relatively stable, which clearly shows the concentration of the high-end part of the industrial chain. The current situation of supply and demand imbalance hides certain risks. For example, if there is a problem with the supply of raw materials one day, or as Morris Chang said, China's chip supply is cut off, it will undoubtedly be a major blow to China's high-tech industry. However, this time China is no longer a soft persimmon that can be manipulated by anyone. China is no longer at the mercy of others. In 2019, the United States issued a ban on China, and now Huawei is fighting back in adversity. In recent years, China's semiconductor industry has achieved an astonishing development speed. With the popularization and expansion of emerging things such as artificial intelligence, 5G networks, and the Internet of Things, domestic demand for chips has also been rising. Our technological breakthroughs can be said to be that domestic companies have spared no effort in research and development, and have achieved many remarkable results. At the same time, the state and enterprises have also begun to invest heavily in the chip industry. The country plans to invest 160 billion yuan in Shanghai, and this money will be invested in the chip field, from the most basic raw materials to the entire industrial chain of R&D and production, in one step, to completely solve the various problems and shortcomings of Chinese chips. In China, TSMC has raised more than 45 billion yuan in this return to the Science and Technology Innovation Board, which is the largest IPO in China in the past decade. Under such a good situation, Chinese chip companies are like fish in water and have grown rapidly. For example, companies focusing on PC chips such as Lungsun, Jiaoshen, Xinwei, Feiting, and Haiguang have always been committed to improving their own R&D level. Although there is still a gap with the international first-class level, they have achieved remarkable results in certain specific areas. In addition, domestic chips are also showing an upward trend in exports. According to statistics, in the first 7 months of 2024, China's chip exports reached 640.91 billion yuan, a year-on-year increase of 25.8%, which shows that the international market's recognition and demand for Chinese chips are very considerable. Although China still faces many difficulties in chip research and development, it has been trying to get rid of the dilemma of the United States and the West imposing a technological blockade on China. In this game, even if the Chinese people hope that China will fall behind, we must go all out to strive for chip autonomy. Only in this way can we seize the initiative.